Hello, it's the final Thursday Q&A live of the school term. Yes, it is the last one before the summer break, and so it's your last chance to ask questions. Get them in early and I'll do my best in the next hour to help you with any of the issues you have with your DJing or your DJ producing. We are here to help you become better DJs and better DJ producers. That is our job here at Digital DJ Tips as the world's leading online DJ school. I'm Phil Morse, and as I say, for the next hour, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, I'm here to help you. So don't be shy, use that little box underneath the video to type in any questions at all you've got about your DJing that you need help with. It's an open house here today, and as I say, it's the last chance. Set up on the desk today, we have the quite nice little DJ MS5 mixer, the Pioneer scratch mixer. We've also got the Pioneer CDJ3000 set up. We've got some Serato action going on the computer. We've been playing with Serato here today in the studio. We've also been playing with the A9 mixer, the Pioneer DJ-A9, which we've got set up here. So I've actually been recording a tutorial about using streaming services and all the different ways you can do it, whether you're using your phone or the stuff that's embedded in the hardware on the gear, like we've got here. This is Beatport running on a CDJ3000, or whether you're just using streaming services built into your software. That's why I've got this particular combination of gear set up in the studio. But that doesn't matter. You can ask me anything you want. I'm here to help. It's been a long academic year. We kind of run from September to June here at Digital DJ Tips, or July in this case, and we've achieved an awful lot this year. So we've been kind of like looking back on it a bit, but also rushing to get everything finished before we don't go away in the summer. Of course, we don't go away. We're still here, but we stop the live shows and we just take a deep breath for a few weeks and get ourselves ready for full speed ahead again at the beginning of September. So that's the kind of way it works. So yeah, we've had a great year. I hope you have as well. And I hope your summer, whether you're a wedding DJ who's going to be playing a lot of wedding gigs, of course, it's peak time for wedding DJs now, or whether you are going on holiday yourself and taking it a bit easy yourself, or of course you could be a parent, your kids are at home. Why not teach them to DJ? Tell you, why not give them something that they'll really enjoy doing? Anyway, whatever you're going to be doing over the summer, make sure you enjoy it, won't you? But now let's go over to the chat, and I'm going to spend the rest of today's session hopefully answering as many questions as I can and helping as many people as I can out. So hello to all our regulars, DJ Baldrin, Carlo, to Driss K, who's just made it in time. Good, Driss K. The Rocker says, I'm going to miss the intro music. Scott says, hello everyone. Benny says, last day of school, folks. Hello, Phil, Digital DJ Tips, and everyone. Hello to you too, Benny. Hello to Kesha in the Windy City. Right, okay. Eddie, first question of the day. Can you tell me more about Serato DJ Lite, please? With absolute pleasure, Eddie. So most DJ software nowadays comes with a subscription. That's the way Serato wants you to work with their software. It's, I don't know, 10, 15 a month for a subscription to Serato's full package, something like that, maybe a bit more, can't remember. Rekordbox is the same. Also, Traktor's got a subscription, VirtualDJ's got a subscription, but they're all slightly different if you are not subscribed to the software, and they all have a slightly different way of working. So VirtualDJ lets you use the full software package, but not with a controller. You plug a controller in, you've got to pay for it or subscribe. Serato is the one you've asked about, so we'll get to that last so that this can be the most useful answer for anyone who's interested in the way DJ software kind of runs. Traktor is not the most expensive software, but you have to pay more. You have to pay a subscription to get some extra features. They're not actually that essential. There's like a pattern player, and they say they're going to add more stuff to their subscription, but Traktor are slow like a glacier when it comes to adding features. So honestly, with Traktor, unless you want the pattern player that they've added recently, I can't think of anything else that is really essential in the subscription version. You can just stick with the paid for version. And that's Traktor. So when it comes to Rekordbox, if you plug in Rekordbox hardware, so for instance, just coincidentally, we've got the Rekordbox CDJs here, but also if you plug in any other hardware that's sold to work with Rekordbox, then you get a really, really good version of the software. It's actually called Rekordbox Free, but it's the same as another version called Rekordbox Core. So Core and Free, kind of bit of confusion there, but they're basically 99.9% the same package. Really, really good. You get everything. And unless you want the cloud features or a few extra features like editing your tracks in the software and stuff, which isn't really a DJ software thing, then you're fine with that. But if you do want to get Rekordbox better, you have to pay a subscription. You can't buy it outright. So Algorithm's DJ Pro AI, you can download a free version, you can't do much with it, and then it's $5 a month across Mac and iOS. I'm not sure how it works on Android and Windows. They tend to be a bit behind with Android and Windows, and they tend to concentrate most on iOS and Mac. So that's kind of like a small subscription. Serato, see, you knew I'd get there in the end. This is the full version of Serato. This is the full strength version of Serato. It looks like this. It's a really nice piece of DJ software. It's got stems in it. It's got the ability to change the key of the track here, which is how all of this sounds great. This is expensive. This is called Serato DJ Suite. It's not even Serato DJ Pro. So this is called Suite. And all the extra bits, video and the sampler and all stuff like that, they've over the years, they've sometimes been part of what you can buy, and sometimes you buy extras to add on called expansions, which will sit at the top here. But nowadays they've kind of simplified it, and there's two versions: Serato DJ Pro and Serato DJ Suite. And there's also this club kit, but we won't talk about that just now. Mainly there's these two versions here, and they're expensive. They're going to cost you, I think this is $249 for Serato DJ Pro to buy, and $449 for Serato DJ Suite to buy, which you need just to get the key shifting stuff. You want to change the key of your tracks and have it sound good, you need that. So it's expensive to buy, but they want you to subscribe as well, as I said. And the subscription's more reasonable, but a lot of people don't like subscriptions. And then there's the one that you asked about, Serato DJ Lite. So unlike Rekordbox Core or Free, or unlike Traktor's basic version, which is unlocked by its hardware, or you pay a small amount for it, and unlike I'm just trying to think of another one that's an example. Well, we'll stick with those two for now. Unlike those, Serato's Serato DJ Lite is really light. It is good DJ software for the basics, but if you want to record your set, if you want to use any kind of manipulation of the musical key and have it sound good, if you want to use stems where you've got more than two stems, so it's got the kind of like vocals and instruments but not the rest of it, and loads of other things that you just uncover as you're working through the software, it will be prompting you to upgrade to the Pro version at all stages. Now Serato DJ Lite is unlocked by the smaller, cheaper Serato DJ gear. So for instance, this I'm just going to unplug this off camera, which is currently plugged in. That's what's making the Serato software that you can see look like Serato software. Now I've unplugged it, it's going to switch back to this view here. Any second now. There you go. This is Serato offline. This is what happens when you're not plugged into a piece of DJ software in Serato. It has this offline mode. Anyway, this is a Serato DJ controller that is not very expensive. It's the Rev 1. But any Serato controller from this, which is one of the cheaper ones, even up to the soon to be launched, really nice actually, Hercules T7, Impulse T7, which is a motorized jog wheel controller, but still it's not that expensive. I think it's about $600, $700. They all have Serato DJ Lite in the box. And that is a considerable disadvantage because, like I say, if you want to go and buy the version of the software that will use all the features, it's an extra $450 or a subscription. So it is definitely a piece of software that you're going to want to upgrade from. And if you're looking at DJ controllers, if you're looking at DJ systems, it's probably worth trying to find one. And I'm looking around here for an example that unlocks Serato DJ Pro at the very minimum. This one does. This is the Pioneer DJ DDJ-FLX10. Now I don't actually like this controller very much. The jog wheels are really, really good. Jog wheels are excellent. The rest of it is underpowered for the $600-700 you'll pay for it. No external inputs, no proper outputs that go to a PA system or anything. The microphone's not very good, the input for the microphone. It's like an oversized cheap DJ controller with good jog wheels. Not my favorite, but it's undeniable that it's good value because it unlocks Serato DJ Pro, and it is the cheapest controller that does that. So definitely look for a controller that unlocks Serato DJ Pro, or if you're thinking of buying a cheaper controller that only unlocks Serato DJ Lite, factor in that at some point you're going to want to spend more on the software. So for instance, controllers like the Rane 4 or the Pioneer DJ Rev 7 that both work with Serato, don't only give you Serato DJ Pro, but they also give you the really important key shifting edition, which is not in Serato DJ Pro. You've got to buy the Suite version to get that. They used to sell all the little extras for Serato DJ Pro. They used to sell them all as add-ons for like $20, $30. So you could just pick the ones you wanted, but now they charge you $200 more to get the lot or nothing, which is a shame. Anyway, that is basically it. Serato DJ Pro, it's the starter. It's like, you know, when you buy a piece of electrical equipment, like a camera or something, they give you batteries that last about 5 minutes, right? And you know you're going to need to be throwing away and getting decent ones. Serato DJ Lite is, with the greatest respect, the batteries that last 5 minutes. They know you're going to want the full version at some point. Or probably a better example would be when you buy a printer and it's got starter cartridges that last about 5 pieces of paper before they run out, and then you've got to go and buy a whole set of full ones. It's kind of how it works. So, I hope that was useful. Let us grab another question now from the questions coming in live. I hope that was what you needed there, Eddie. Eddie's on Facebook, by the way, so if you're a Serato user, you can chat to Eddie down there in the Facebook comments. I can't believe Phil's taking a break, says DJ Ed Lover. One tear falls, hashtag. Well, yes, I do need a break every now and then, has to be said. Did you have time to test the hot Q banks on the RX3? No, I didn't, unfortunately. Hot Q banks are really cool, but it's not something I've tested on the RX3. Hot Q banks are a great way on gear like this, the Pro CDJs when you're using them with software, but also just any Rekordbox controller. Sorry, Pro CDJs, you don't have to use them with software to do this. You can have a hot Q bank, and a hot Q bank is where you have hot Qs across all different tracks, and you can load them at once, and then you can use them on your hot Qs as if they were all on the same track. So it could be pressing hot Q A and it's on one track, pressing hot Q B and it's on another, etc., etc. Really nice. They work in both software and standalone with Pioneer DJ gear. Right, Paul says, hi Phil, I'd just like to say have a great holiday with the family. You deserve a break. Thank you, Paul. DJ John Lowe, hi Phil, I use Serato and I've even bought the Rekordbox course. Does it still cover me even if I don't use the subscription service that Rekordbox provides? Yes, as I just said, funnily enough, Rekordbox, even without any subscription, is 95% as good as Rekordbox when you start paying extra. So yes, it definitely covers you, John. I hope you love it. Jerry, I love these sessions. Oh, thank you, Jerry. I'll think of you when I'm sat there with my pina colada, not doing these sessions next week. No, only joking. I'm looking forward to getting back in September already, I have to say, but I love it. What kind of a job's this? It's awesome. Right, Barry. Hello, mate. Quick question. Everyone is playing house and techno these days. Is there any space anymore for R&B and black music? Of course there is. It's a big wide world out there, and I'd say you're probably not looking far enough, Barry, from where you are. You know, there's different vibes every year. Sometimes I've got a friend in the music industry who says, oh, Phil, it's a hip hop year this year, or oh, Phil, it's a pop year this year, or Phil, it's going to be a rock year, and he'll be like, it's going to be a house year, it's going to be a techno year. But look, it's different in Berlin to Sydney to New York to the town you live in, right? So there's room for everything. Turn on the radio, tune from 88 to 108 on the FM dial, and you will hear every type of music. That means that in your town, your city, your neighborhood, there is an audience for every type of music, and therefore there isn't ever much truth in saying everyone is playing this or everyone's playing that. But Barry, I understand what you mean. It could be that where you are, it's all you hear. But look a bit wider, or wait 6 months. Right. So this is from Sumit, who says, should we have our own sound system, or is having our own DJ gear enough, our own DJ console, you know, controller, standalone, whatever? It's a good question. You know, unless you're hiring yourself out as a mobile or wedding DJ, then you're not expected to bring your own speakers to a gig. You're not often expected to bring your own gear to a gig, just a pair of headphones and some music. But sometimes they say, do you want to bring your own gear? And sometimes they expect it. If you're playing in a bar or a lounge, then the chances are that they'll certainly have the conversation with you. Should I bring my own gear? Should you bring your own gear with you? But most of the time they've got a PA system or a sound system to plug into, right? And they'll certainly tell you if they have it. If they're paying you $30 or $40 or $50 to come and play on a Tuesday night, they're not expecting you to turn up with a van and all the gear. But of course, if someone books you to play their wedding, then it's up to you to make sure that's all sorted out. What I recommend to new DJs or DJs who are wanting to start to play mobile events where you are in the position needing to provide everything, is don't buy it, rent it. Because you'll be able to quote a price for the event, and then you'll be able to add on to that price what it will cost you to rent the gear, so figure all that stuff out ahead of time, plus a little bit of commission for the problems and the trouble and the challenges of you going and getting that gear and sorting it out. But here's another tip. Quite often the rental companies will bring the gear, set it up, and they'll come and get it afterwards. And so all you've got to do is plug in and play. So think about renting it, because you'll be able to get better gear than you know, if you're going to go and buy your first set of speakers, they're not going to be the best ones. They're not going to be the best PA speakers. They're not going to be the really expensive electro voice arrays. They're going to be something cheap and they won't sound very good. Whereas you could probably go and rent an electro voice array, and then you look good, you sound good, you have a lot of fun, and that way you learn more about what you're going to want to buy one day when you can afford it, right? So think about renting. Excuse me. Right. This is from Jacob the Gamer, or Jacob the Gamma. When should I mix in the next song if I don't know how long the intro is and I don't want to cue point every song? Well, that's the job of a DJ, is to cue point your songs and to learn your songs and to know when to mix them in. And if not, get them on your headphones immediately. Like, as soon as you get a song loaded, get them on the headphones, have a quick listen, and then figure it out. One thing I would advise is, if you are playing a song and you don't know how it ends, quickly load it on the other deck. Most DJ gear has got something called instant doubles, where you can tap a button twice and it'll quickly load the track onto the other deck. The track will be playing at the exact same place, and then you can use the beat jump features to jump very, very quickly towards the end and listen to how it ends, and then load the track you want to play next, and then you know what's going to happen. You can even put a cue point at the outro point on the playing track, and in some systems it will show immediately on the version that they're actually hearing. So you could load it to another deck, jump near the end, put a cue point where you want to mix out from. It shows on the first deck, take it off the deck, put a new track on there, and then when that cue point arrives, press play. But look, there's no substitute for learning your music, and if you don't learn your music, learn how to load it quickly and learn it on the fly, would be my advice there. Right, so Robert says, I'm liking the new charts feature in VirtualDJ. What's your take on it? My take, I haven't looked at it by the way, but I can guess what it is. My take is that anything that introduces you to new music and shows you music people are listening and liking to is really, really good. Another thing I would recommend that you take a look at is Shazam, because Shazam is a great way of figuring out what people are listening to right now in the place where you are. So look, if you head over to the Shazam, forget Shazam on your phone, head over to Shazam.com and click charts at the top, and now you can have the total number of listens organized into charts worldwide. So here we've got the top 200 by genre. Let's say the top 200 worldwide by dance right now. This is going to give us not only our chart, which would load here. For some reason it's not, but you can download the CSV. This is the most exciting bit, because by downloading the CSV you can actually have a look at this, and you can upload this to streaming services or whatever. This is opening it in numbers. I didn't want to do that, but I'll carry on anyway. It's opening it in streaming services or whatever. Here we go. So this is currently the top played dance records, or the top Shazammed up dance records worldwide. Hey look, Peggy Goo's number 2. How cool is this? And a lot of streaming services will let you upload a chart like this and immediately have that as a playlist, which if your streaming service works in your DJ gear, you then have the chance, like for instance Beatport does, you then have the chance of playing immediately from that. But better, you can drill down in Shazam by city and by genre, and that is really, really cool. If you're playing in a new city, you've never been there before, or you just want to know what people are listening to in Rio de Janeiro right now, head into Shazam, do it, download the chart, get it into your streaming service. These are the kind of hacks that DJs who are really on top of their game know, and everyone else thinks, why are you getting your hands on the best music quickest? And let's face it, the best music is the stuff people want to hear, and that's the stuff they're holding their phone up and Shazamming. So have a look at the Shazam charts. But yeah, any charts I think are brilliant. I love charts. I've always loved charts. I've got my favourite book. I've got loads and loads of books about music, geeky stuff. Anyone in England remember these lot? Now That's What I Call Music. This is full of charts of Now That's What I Call Music records over the years and stuff. You know, music's a geeky thing, and I love it. I can't get enough of music charts, old and new. Nothing warms my heart more than, you know, in the United Kingdom back in the, well, up until the 1990s or 2000s, every Sunday at 5 p.m. We used to have the top 40 on the radio, and nothing warms me more than hearing the beginning of a chart show on the radio. We used to sit by the river in the summer, everyone had their car boots open, everyone tuned to Radio 1 and everyone listening to exactly the same music, which would always be the top 40. And I remember as a kid running around the riverbank with my ball and my brother and playing with the dogs and stuff, but you know, always being within earshot of the current top 40. And actually here in Gibraltar they still do the chart show on a Sunday evening. I don't think anywhere else in the world does, which is really nice. It's a nice throwback. Anyway, yeah, charts, brilliant, love them. Good plan. I'll have a little poke around and see what I think of them when I've had a proper look, Robert. Right, okay, this is from SonyMan34, who says, Phil, can you tell me about the lights you have behind you in the corner? I have a Rev 7 with Serato Pro and I wondered if I can make them work with it. So this is the Gig Bar Move. This is a really cool piece of lighting because it's got everything that you could kind of want in lights all in one unit. So it's a good starter pack. So it's got washes and it's got pars and it's got moving heads. It's even got strobes, that's what these ones are here. And a laser at the top as well. So this is possible to use with Serato DJ Pro, but the way you would use it would be to integrate something called Sound Switch. Sound Switch is a little interface which plugs into your laptop and then that plugs into any lighting. So you could buy one of those, which would give you all those lights I just mentioned. And if you liked it, one day you could buy another one. Now you've got one on either side of you when you're DJing, identical, which is always nice. It will be controlled by Sound Switch, which will give you an auto light show, but based on the music you're playing in Serato. And if you want, you can take it over and you can get really integral with the way it works and make it far more personalized. If you use Rekordbox, then Rekordbox with the FLX10, which is its latest controller that they just released, has actually got a DMX socket. These run on a system called DMX, these lights, which is a bit like MIDI, but for lighting. It's got a DMX socket on the back of the unit, which is just mind-blowing. I wonder if I've got the FLX10 nearby that I can show it to you. One of the things I want to change in the Digital DJ Tip Studio next year is I want to have the controllers more to hand, so I do less of this, oh, I wonder what I've done with it, where is it? I want them all really close, so I'm going to get that organised. It's not nearby anyway. Yeah, the FLX10 has got a DMX socket on the back, which means that you can plug your lights directly into it. Rekordbox lets you control lighting. This is the only DJ software that's got, as far as I know, that's got lighting control actually built in. So this is Rekordbox. So in Rekordbox, you can click at the, well, first you've got to turn it on. So you have to go into the settings and find the lighting and turn it on. I'm not sure where it is now. It's a little while since I've looked at this. We just finished making a course on it, so you'd think I'd know it, wouldn't you? I think it's in advanced actually, somewhere near the top. No, it's not. Maybe it's in extensions. Somewhere, there it is, lighting. Right, so you've got to turn lighting on there. So once you turn lighting on, you get this, see these light shows down here that I'm pointing my mouse at? So you can control the lighting there. You can also control the lighting down here. So these are actually, where it says cool and stuff, this is all lighting stuff that you can switch to and control from within Rekordbox. But also, you can program lights and add them to your system in a panel that's going to look very boring when it loads, but when I do, here we go, it doesn't look boring at all, it looks cool. These are all the light shows that you can build up. So this says intro, intro, up, chorus, down, outro, outro. You can have different lights when your songs hit the choruses, hit the build-ups, or the intros and the outros, and that's what those things were that I was showing you at the very beginning in the song, the waveforms themselves. Underneath the waveforms in your songs, if I load a song, you'll see that we've got these light shows here, and this is based upon all the things that we were just talking about. It's got different light shows at the intro and the outro and the build. So Rekordbox has got some really, really cool ways of controlling your lights built in. So if you are wanting just a really simple but very advanced way of controlling lights like the ones I've got behind you while you're DJing, because it does this automatically and you can go in and change it if you want, but you can leave it if you don't, then I think Rekordbox with the Pioneer DJ DDJ-FLX10 is probably the best single way of doing it right now. It's very impressive. Right, but yes, in your case, Sony man, look at Sound Switch. Sound Switch, little interface with a subscription that let you plug in lights like that and control them. Right, so this is from DJ LRN over on Twitch. Hello DJ LRN. I'm using the Logitech C90E camera for live streaming. Is there a substantial difference between this and the Stream Cam? No, you'll be fine with that. You'll be fine with it. Do you think there's going to be any competitors released for the FLX10 just talking about the Flex10, weren't we? Or the Rane 4, which are both very similar high-end controllers. This year, says Margie the Madman 44 over on Twitch. I don't think there'll be any direct competitors for that, no. I mean, the closest is probably the Mixon 8 from Reloop, but that's already out. I think we're going to see some great controllers released this year, but you know, they're the two big companies in that kind of area, Rane and Pioneer, and they've just released them, right? So I can't see any others, because the other companies, Denon would always be releasing a standalone unit. As I say, we've already seen the Reloop one. I'm hard pushed to think of any others who would, you know, release something that we haven't seen yet. This is from someone on our Facebook group who says, how do you recommend finding corrupt files in Traktor? Or is there software you can recommend? Not sure really. Traktor tends to think things are corrupt when they're not, in my experience. So no, I'm not sure about that. But however, that is a comment from someone whose name hasn't come through here in our Facebook group, Global DJ Network. So if you are watching this in Global DJ Network and you've got an answer, maybe go help them out at the bottom. DJ AD Foster says, I didn't get my usual YouTube notification, so I'm late to the party. Oh, never mind, you're here now. It's our last one of the year, of the academic year, DJ AD Foster. We'll be back in September, so I'm glad you made it. Right, so Serato DJ Lite is like a spare rib after you strip the meat off it, says the Rockers. So thank you for that. James says, I love the channel and I love the information you give. Thank you, James. You cannot beat the VirtualDJ lifetime purchase. We're talking about DJ software, weren't we? Says AD Foster. I'm glad I did it. I did it in 2004 and they're still faithfully updating it for me. So there you go. So is there a way, says Colm, in Rekordbox of having it automatically update playlists based on what folder the original file is in? It's annoying when I want to update playlists. No, it won't. I know what you mean. So outside of Rekordbox, you've got like a box of music, as in, you know, a folder with music in. And inside that folder, you've probably got other folders like for years or genres, and you're arranging your music in there, and you want Rekordbox to just update its own internal playlists based upon those file and folder structures. And no, I mean, you can access those file and folder structures inside Rekordbox. You can just go to the left-hand column in Rekordbox and access them, so they're all in there. But no, there isn't a way of having it auto do it, unless there's a way inside the smart playlist that says if a track is in this particular folder, please update. But I don't think there is. Let's have a little look together. So a smart playlist in Rekordbox, let's just go to the export mode where we've got a little bit more room to look at the playlist part of the software. And then now we're here, I'll just make it full browser. So this is Rekordbox, just the full browser and nothing else. Right, so in Rekordbox you can set up playlists down here which are smart playlists, and that means that they will be special playlists where we can set rules. So they're called intelligent lists. So here what we're looking for is folder is. So we've got album artist, BPM, color, comments, composer, date, we've got file name. I think that's probably the closest we're going to get to it, unfortunately, because I just don't think there'd be a way of it happening. No, there isn't. So no, I don't know of a way of doing that. By the way, if you're not sure what we're looking at here, let me explain it to you. We can say in Rekordbox and in most DJ software now, we can set rules. So if the genre contains house, so then we type the word house in there. Okay, so if the genre contains house, let's add something else. And the BPM is greater than 120. And the BPM is less than 125. So this is all my kind of like mid to low tempo house. That's my list. So now I've got this list here and it's sorted from my whole collection. I could have given it a name, by the way. I could rename it. I won't do it now. This intelligent list now has sorted in my collection and given me a few tracks. It's not a very big collection I've got in here because it's only a test collection for our DJ school. It's given me the tracks that fulfill that. So here they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. If I scroll across, you'll see they've all got house here in the title, and we haven't actually got the BPM showing there, but we could have the BPM showing. So let's make the BPM show, and you'll see the BPM is between 120 and 125. 122, 122, 123, 123, 124. So these intelligent playlists are great because if I were to add new tracks to this collection here now, this is my whole collection, and those tracks happen to be house music between 120 and 125, they'd automatically appear in this list here. And so you can have all kinds of lists based upon whether you've listened to them, whether you haven't listened to them, what year they came out in. That's a really good one. So you can have decade lists where it's you say if the year is above 2000 and below 2020, then that's going to be all your stuff that is from the noughties, for instance, and you could have one for every decade that way. So intelligent playlists are in all DJ software and they're really cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that there's a way of having it react to what you put into folders outside of the software. So sorry I couldn't help you with that one, but I'm sure there is a hack. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. I just don't know what it is. However, that question came in on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook and watching this and you've got a solution, then let Colm know in the comments underneath there as well. Right, so this one then is from Magallan, who says, is there a way to preload stems in Rekordbox like you can in Serato? No, there isn't. That is not a feature in Rekordbox. Benny says, I bought Serato Suite. We were talking about software, weren't we? And I love it, but I've now got Rekordbox as well, and I've also got your new Rekordbox course. Thank you, Benny. And there is so much you can do in Rekordbox. Yeah, you can do more with Rekordbox than you can with Serato, for sure. Both good software, but Rekordbox, you know, Rekordbox is designed to work on your phone. Rekordbox is designed to work with CDJs like we've got here, and Pro Club gear. Rekordbox is designed to work with controllers and in the cloud, etc. And it's got more going on than Serato has, for sure. So then this one is from Ruin, who says, I know you have comprehensive DJ courses associated with Serato and Rekordbox. If I want to buy two together, can you provide exceptional discounts than what you are offering right now? Ruin, I would say hang around until you reach the next time we do a special offer, which will probably be Thanksgiving. Now, when we give you deep discounts on our courses. We've got lots of students here who've got multiple courses from us, and that is the way to get discounts. Just wait until the sales, if you can, and if you can't, then you know, I think they're great value at the prices they're at year round anyway, but you can save extra money by waiting till then. Thank you for the question, Ruwan. Right, so have you got any experience, says Alex, with the PLAYDifferently Model 1 mixer? I'm tempted to buy it, but I'm not an analog guy. Well, there's your answer, really. If you're gonna move into spending that amount of money on a mixer and you're not sure whether you like the idea of analog, maybe think about that first. You can get some really nice boutique mixers that are totally analog. I mean, it's a lovely mixer, but you would need to have an audio interface with it if you were going to use it for software and stuff like that. It's a lovely mixer. It was really nice. Or look at the Pioneer DJ V10, which is a similar take, more complicated because it's also a very good audio interface and it's also digital. So the V10 and the Model 1, certainly aiming at the same kind of DJ, but coming at it in a very different way. Brian says, how do I get stems on the Flex 4? So stems is a feature which on Pioneer DJ's gear only officially works on the Flex 10 right now. But that said, it's reasonably easy to map it to use it on other DJ controllers. So you can either use MIDI mapping or the pad editor. The pad editor on Pioneer DJ controllers lets you change what goes on the performance pads really easily, and then you can just put the stems on/off buttons on the performance pads. But even if you can't do that, you can map it to the performance pads using the MIDI editing functions of Rekordbox. It's all covered in the Rekordbox 6 Made Easy course that we've just launched, that we were just talking about. So for those of you that are here because you love DJing and you are you know, looking for DJ content online, but you don't know much about digital DJ tips, head to the digitaldjtips.com website. You see at the top here, Rekordbox user, save $150 on our new course. This is officially meant to be gone now, but my team take a little while to take these offers down. It literally ends today and it shouldn't really be there. But right now, if you click on that, you go to the Rekordbox 6 Made Easy course and it's just come out. This is a brand new course. Look, 1 hour left. This is real stuff. You know, sometimes you see these timers online and whatever time you turn up at the website, it says 1 hour left. I promise you, If you come to this website tomorrow, that'll be gone, because this is genuinely 1 hour left. This course genuinely went on sale for the first time. I finished making it 2 weeks ago and it went on sale a week ago. It's 50% off right now. So you're never going to see this course at 50% off ever, ever, ever again. We never sell them at 50% off apart from when we launch them. So it's $147 today, our Rekordbox Made Easy course, and it will be back to $297 tomorrow. So you were asking a second ago, actually, if I buy 2 courses from you, will I get them cheaper? Well, this is your first one. Rekordbox Made Easy, $147. Save half the money on it if you buy it today. And in this course, we cover what you were just asking. We cover how to MIDI map Rekordbox. And actually, because I've just noticed it's half price and you might be interested in it, let's just have a little look inside the course. I'll show you what it looks like. As I say, I finished recording this course about a week ago. I was literally, I think on the last live stream, I was telling you that I was adding final lessons to the course, and I genuinely was. But it's finished now, it's live, it's on sale, and it's done really, really well. We've got hundreds and hundreds of new students inside that course. This is what it looks like. I'll show you. So this is our portal. When you're a Digital DJ Tips student, you get all the things that you own show up in here. Obviously, as the owner of the company, I tend to have most of our courses, right? But this is the Rekordbox one. So when you log in, there's me last week recording before I'd had my haircut. Recording the intro to the course. So this will tell you about the course and so on, and you can hide that when you're in our courses because you won't need that again. And then the courses are laid out like this by modules. So there's a getting started module, there's a music collection module, an export mode, a performance mode, 1, 2, 3 on performance mode, an extra features that uses extra hardware and so on, a cloud features, and a finally module there as well. So let's just drill into one of these. Let's drill into the extra features module so I can show you how the modules work. So in the modules you get lots and lots of different lessons here. So this is a lesson on using turntables, DVS mode, a lesson on using performance mode when you have to use CDJs. Here's a pad editor. That's what I was just talking to you about, wasn't it? So there's a lesson on that. Here's MIDI mapping, and I'm using a Flex 4 to MIDI map. So this is exactly what I was just talking to you about. This is what you need to know in order to MIDI map anything to any controls that isn't on your unit. So actually, it looks like this is track separation. That's exactly what this lesson is coincidentally about, because that's the one most people kind of want, isn't it? Track separation is the thing that's currently new on Rekordbox, but that is only on one controller, so it makes sense that that's what people would want to know, and that's why that's what we taught. And here you can see I'm talking through the lighting as well. We were talking about lighting earlier, weren't we? This video contains information about how to get that wonderful feature working on Rekordbox. And you can see that we use views like this, where you can see me changing the lights at the bottom of the screen, and you can see what happens at the top and that kind of thing. This studio has got like 8 cameras in it. It's got, you probably see me switching between them because I do it without thinking nowadays, but there's that one there, there's that one there, there's the overhead there, there's the close-up that we always used to show you things like this. We can show you the back of the gear, we can show you what's going on over here on the other desk, and of course we can show you what's going on over on the main screen as well, which is how I've been showing you the software. So we use all these cameras to edit everything together to make these lessons. They're really, really in depth. We're proud of it. We're proud of the depth we go to. We think we do more than any other online DJ school when it comes to making sure that we teach this stuff properly. So anyway, that course, Rekordbox Made Easy, is it looks like for 1 more hour you can get it at half price. So do head over to the website, to digitaldjtips.com, click the banner at the top and get in there and grab it. I didn't mean to tell you about that then, but it led so nicely into it, and we all like an offer, don't we? Especially one that's about to close. So now you know. Right, back to the questions, of which we have got lots. I can never get through them all, I am sorry, but my team do try and get to everyone. If you ask your questions, especially on Facebook, because they remain under the video even when the live finishes, we try and answer every single question, so don't despair. They will get looked at, I promise you, as soon as we can. Right, let's grab another live question. This one is from Jason, who says, I picked up Serato Play back in lockdown when it was being given away, and I believe you showed us how to get it. Then I picked up the Pitch and Time add-on off eBay for a tenner. Absolute bargain. Wow, yes, Serato Play is that lets you DJ on the unit without using, on the software without using any DJ unit, and getting Pitch and Time for a tenner is indeed a bargain. Zach Lyon on YouTube says, hi Phil, enjoy your vacation and continue taking care. Love and blessings. Thank you for that. And Cosmic Puma as well, wishing you and your family an awesome holiday, Phil. Thanks so much for the videos and information. We are here to do it. That's what we do. We're a DJ school. We teach people to DJ. It's my absolute pleasure to do these every week. And again, you know, if you are totally new to this, you might not know that we wrote the book, that if you're looking at how to DJ and you're the kind of person that likes to read a book, you will find online, because it's the best-selling book on how to DJ. That's our book. So if you want a copy of this, you can have it just by joining Digital DJ Tips. Again, head to the website, click the big join button at the top. It's free. I'll give you a copy of our book, a download of our book, just to say thank you for joining. But more importantly, you start your journey of learning with us. We do so much free stuff, and we tell you all about it in those emails. So come and do it. Right, so Atticus says, hi Phil, a question about my Hercules Impulse 500 DJ controller. Nice little DJ controller. It comes with a piece of software called DJUCED. Indeed it does. Is it a good software to start with, or should I stick to more mainstream software like Serato DJ? Right, so DJUCED is indeed good software, and there's nothing wrong with learning to DJ on it. The truth is that to learn to DJ, you need 4 things. You need a pair of decks to play music on with variable speed. That's the first thing. The second thing you need is some kind of mixer so that you can move between the 2 decks. The third thing you need is some headphones so you can hear one of the decks while the audience is hearing the other one, because that's how you get your tracks pre-queued and so on. And the fourth thing you need is some speakers so that anyone else apart from you and your headphones can also hear what you're doing. That's the output. That's the finished product of being a DJ. If you've got 2 variable speed turntables, if you've got a mixer, if you've got headphones that can listen to one while the audience is listening to the other, and you've got speakers so the audience can hear the final output, congratulations, you've got everything you need to DJ. You can do that on 2 turntables with a pile of records. You can do that on your phone nowadays. You can do that on the gear I've got set up in front of me now. You can do that on a little DJ controller with your phone plugged into it or with your laptop plugged into it. It doesn't matter. The skills of DJing, beat mixing, knowing when to switch between tracks, assembling a great music collection, understanding the technology, getting some basic transitions down, and then knowing how to perform in front of people, reading the crowd, keeping yourself together, leading the party, and not you know, shrinking away like a wallflower because you've lost your nerve. And then of course being able to ask for and get DJ gigs, because I promise you'll be addicted to it immediately you play your first gig. I promise you will. Those are the skills of DJing. You can learn that on any DJ software. So my tip is, if your DJ controller comes with software, then use that software at first. And then later on start worrying about what you're going to do in the future. Yes, it is a bit of a pain to switch software, but if you use a piece of DJ software for a few weeks just to learn the basics because it came with your controller, that's absolutely fine. It's what Serato DJ Lite is for. It's what DJUCED is for, although DJUCED is far better than Serato DJ Lite. It's got far more going on in it. The ultimate choice you make is the next choice. And that's going to come down to whether you want to play clubs or not. Because if you don't want to play clubs, then you use whatever software you want. If you're a mobile DJ, use whatever software you want. No one cares, it's your gear, you know, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you want to play clubs, you're probably going to want to switch to Rekordbox, because that's what this gear uses. If you're preparing your music to play on CDJs, or if you're using these setups like I've got here, but you're using it with a computer plugged in, you're probably going to be using Rekordbox, but you don't have to, because Serato, Tractor, I think they've made it happen now. Even DJ Pro AI, the software that works on your Mac laptop and also on, you know, even on your phone. These things, they can work with Pro Gear. You just plug it in, as long as you've got the right leads and as long as you've got the right settings. So you can still DJ using the software you like. It doesn't have to be Rekordbox. It's just that if you want to DJ on a USB drive like I've got plugged in here, like you see DJs doing in festivals and the DJs doing clubs up and down your land and everyone's land, if you want to just export to a drive like that, plug it in and just DJ on their gear, you're going to need to learn Rekordbox. So the point is, whatever came with your gear, use it, and then when you're getting proficient and when you're starting to think, where do I want to go with this hobby, that's the time to maybe, if you have to, make one leap into your next piece of software. Just enjoy your DJing right now, Colin. Okay, let's go grab something else. Ashley, thank you for answering questions, Phil. You ask them, I'll answer them. I was wondering if you've heard of any Pioneer controller release similar to the Rev 7. If I had heard of it and I did tell you, I'd have to kill you, Ashley, so I'll move on. So DJ Stu is chatting to Jacob the Gamma, or Jacob the Gamer, and just helping out with talking about transitions. So thank you very, very much for helping there. It's what I love to see. I always say about halfway, 3/4 of the way through these live streams, I always say, it's nice to see you guys and girls helping each other out. So we were talking about renting equipment earlier, weren't we? Cosmic Puma says, renting's great because of the depreciation involved in buying your equipment and insurance too. I think the best bit about renting is that if you go to the right rental company, they'll bring it, set it up, and they'll take it away at the end as well. And if you pay them an extra 50, they might stay there for the whole time that you're doing the gig, and keep an eye on it for you and make it sound good and stuff. So I love using rental companies. Right, so this is from Binsey on YouTube. Hi Paul or Phil, unless you're talking to another person, but anyway, mobile DJs love their kit, but does one speaker manufacturer over another matter to the average guest on the dance floor? It's a really good question. Does sound quality really matter to the average guest on the dance floor? And the point is, no, it doesn't. But the very best DJs charging the very biggest money are using the very best gear, right? So that's another way of looking at it, but thank you very much for that. So I'm gonna ask people, and there's one or two of you now who've been doing it, and I always like to do a bit of housekeeping here. That's why we've got this. Thank you to Ivan who made this, one of our students. Keep calm. This isn't, you know, this isn't Trump versus Biden. This is DJing, hooray! So we all keep calm, and that's you are, by the way. Everyone's keeping calm. I love that. So every now and then I have to warn people about flaming and trolling in our channels. And ask once. Cut and pasting your questions over and over again into our chat clogs up our chat, and if I see a question more than once from the same person, then I won't answer it because you're not asking once. So only ask once. If I don't get to you, it's because there's hundreds of other people asking. It's not fair to keep shouting. Right, Eric says, this is a throwback question. I love throwback questions, Eric. I use a Numark i Pro still, where you can use your iPad with the controller. Yes, you slid your iPad into it, didn't you? It works great for me. I'm always afraid to download the updates, thinking the updates won't work with the controller, yeah, it'll mess it all up. Any ideas about it? I would say, yeah, you're probably right to be worried about that. And yeah, I would just think very hard about it. Without looking at the updates you're downloading and what it is. I guess it's the operating system on your iPad, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Maybe ask in their forums or ask their support before you upgrade. But yeah, you're dead right. That is a concern because it's like 10 years old now, isn't it, that unit? Right, so a few of you loving those Shazam charts. You're very welcome. So this is from FM on YouTube. FM says, hi Phil, I've lost all inspiration for DJing. I've become highly cynical about weddings, and I've become highly cynical about all new music. I've lost enjoyment from playing to a crowd. Any input on how to get back my passion? Take a break. That's my biggest piece of advice. Take a break, FM. Let me give you an example, a massive life-changing example from my own DJing career. I started DJing at 14. I was running my first mobile disco at 17. By 21, house music had hit in the United Kingdom and there was no going back for me. So I was going out partying and I wanted to be a house music DJ more than anything. By about 24, I'd managed it. By 28, I was running a nightclub that was becoming so successful that by 35, I'd paid for my house. And I was extremely unhappy at that point because by about 30, I'd lost something. And by about 32, 33 years old, I really didn't want to be doing it anymore. So look, I had success, I had money, I felt like I was in a movie for most of my 20s, but I was very unhappy. So my wife, now girlfriend at the time, and I decided that we would quit. We'd literally quit not only the promoting and the DJing I was doing. I'd played in Ibiza. I'd booked all my big favourite DJs to come and play with me. I'd done everything you can imagine. So why was I miserable? This was the conundrum. We decided to quit. And we did. We quit. We not only left my whole life as a DJ and as a nightclub promoter, but we left the country because I knew I wouldn't be able to really give it up unless we went somewhere where no one knew who I was and where I couldn't speak the language. We ended up in Spain in a city called Malaga, a couple of hours drive up the coast from here. And I didn't do any DJing. I listened to, music that was not dance music. We learned Spanish, we ate good food, we explored, traveled, we made new friends. In the end, we started running out of money. So in the end, my wife found a job down here in Gibraltar and we ended up moving down here to Gibraltar. And I was teaching English. And then I was building websites for local real estate companies because I was quite good at that stuff. And you know what? I really miss DJing. You know how long it took me to really miss DJing? About 18 months. And I'm thinking, well, you know, we want a family now. We don't want to go back to that lifestyle. So we didn't. We started a family and we settled down, and I was DJing then maybe a couple of nights a week in bars, in beach bars. I was playing when the sun went down and having a few glasses of wine and going home at 10 p.m. Bliss, lovely. And that's how my DJing rebooted. But to go from a club DJ, playing in Ibiza, taking planes to places, booking DJs, having a whole life that was based around the nightclub scene, to sipping on red wine as the sun went down in a beach bar and thoroughly enjoying my DJing again, involved a complete change of country, a complete change of pace. It involved a long time, like 18 months is a long time, and it also involved a complete change of music. I was playing a different kind of music. I suddenly remembered I loved down-tempo music. I loved funk and soul and house and reggae, you know, down-tempo house and beach stuff, whereas before I was playing full-on club music, right? So that is an extreme example of what can happen when you've been doing something for too long. At that point, I'd been doing it for 20 years. And so I would say take a break, take a meaningful, full break. You love music. That's why you've been doing it this long. That's why you've got cynical about it, because it matters to you. You know, you don't get cynical about things that don't matter to you. You get cynical about things that you care about. So you love music, but you need a break. So take one and see what happens. See what bubbles to the top when you take out the things you're not enjoying, if you can, of course, right? So that's my advice to you. Thank you very much for the question. It was you know, touched me to hear that question, because I know exactly where you're coming from. We have got just a few more minutes left, people, so I'm just going to grab one or two final questions here. This is from Luke, who says, hi there, I want to record my DJ sets directly out of my mixer, but the Evermix 4 is completely sold out. This is the Evermix 4. It's a little box that looks like this, that you can, come on camera, thank you, that you can plug into your DJ gear and then record your mixes from. So you plug your DJ gear into there, and you plug your computer into there, and you hit record in your recording software, and it will record your DJ set. But they're completely sold out. What do I do? Well, the good news is this is just an audio interface. There's nothing special about that. There's all kinds of audio interfaces that you can buy out there. So for instance, I'm just trying to find another audio interface down here. This is one that you could try. This is called the iRig Stream. And the iRig Stream is, come on camera, do your stuff. iRig Stream is a very similar thing. You plug your computer in with the provided cable, and you come on camera, and you plug your DJ gear in there. So all you need is what is called a 2-in audio interface. Okay, 2-in, the number 2 and the word in, audio interface. And that will do the job. You plug the DJ gear into the left and right stereo input on that audio interface, and you plug the computer into the other input. And there's loads of them out there, loads and loads and loads and loads. Look at the Focusrite Scarlett, for instance. That's another nice one. As long as it's got 2-in, that's the important thing. You need a line input, a stereo line input, which is 2, left and right, 2 channels. That's what it means. So any of them will do. You really don't need to buy the Evermix at all. Evermix is a great audio interface. You know, it doesn't have to be 2-in. It could be 4-in or 8-in or 10-in, but you're only going to use 2 of those channels out of the back of your DJ mixer. Or if your DJ mixer is a digital mixer and it's got a laptop socket on it, then you can plug directly into there. It's already got an audio interface built in. So that's another thing to consider. Okay, so this is from DJ Esco on Facebook, who says, hi Phil, I saw your video about the fastest way to use stems on all Rekordbox gear. I have an XDJ-XZ and I see the pad button next to the MIDI button, but I can't select it because it's faded out. Unfortunately, that's because you can't use that part of the software on your gear. That's what the faded out means. So you'll have to use the MIDI editing function to do that. And again, in the course that I just showed you, we tell you all about it. So if you missed that bit, we've got a course at the moment called Rekordbox 6 Made Easy, which I've made. It's me doing it, and it's literally brand new. It's literally been on sale for less than a week, which is why it's currently half price. So head to digitaldjtips.com, look for the special launch offer, 50% off Rekordbox 6 Made Easy. It's currently got 1 hour and 3 minutes until it is full price. So you're saving 50%. You're saving $150 on this course if you buy it now. And this isn't one of those lame internet things where this number is always at 1 hour, no matter when you come. I promise you, if you come to this page this time tomorrow, that will be gone and the course will not be will not be $147 anymore. It will be $297, where it will remain for the foreseeable future. So if you're interested in our Rekordbox course, go grab it from there. Right, it's final questions time, people. Let me grab back to my list here of questions coming in live from you. And those of you that aren't used to this, what we do here at Digital DJ Tips, might be interested to see the way this works. So I'm just going to go back to the chat that we were on there, so I can show you the way it works inside the system we run here. And the reason I'm stalling is that I've just accidentally got rid of it, so I can't actually see the chat anymore. Not being able to see the chat on a show which is all about answering your questions is very, very silly. However, I'm a professional and I know how to get back to it. So let me just type in the URL again, and then I'll show you. So yeah, we have a system here that runs in the background and that feeds in our live stream and also feeds in our chat coming in from you. So here it is. This is me chatting to you, and then at the top here I can click chat, and here we go, the chats are all coming in here. However, since I closed it down by mistake, they've disappeared, so I can't actually answer any more questions unless you ask them very, very quickly now, and if you do, we'll see them pop in on the right hand side. So while that's happening, let me just take a second to say thank you very, very much to everyone who's watched any of our live streams in this academic year. We run from September to June, and now we're going to take a break for a couple of months for me to recharge my batteries and come back kicking and ready to go at the beginning of September. So we have really enjoyed helping the many, many, many thousands of you on these live streams in the last year. Digital DJ Tips is open for business. All our courses are on sale. All our team is working. I'm working. It's just that we're locking this studio up for a couple of months, actually hitting the road with the family, getting some sunshine, getting some beaches, getting some fun, and I will be unlocking that door there again on the 1st of September, walking in, charging the mouse, charging the keyboard, wondering why the internet's gone off, rebooting it, talking to the US, the ISP, all those things you do when you lock an office up for a few months. I'll be doing that on the 1st of September. Meanwhile, from me here, thank you very much. And let's just do some final thank yous to people. Thank you to Christian, to Tony, to Mike. Everyone's just saying thank you in the chat here. It's really, really kind of you and nice of you. And if you have enjoyed these, I never ask this because I'm old school, but if you have enjoyed these, wherever you are, hit that like and hit that share. As I say, I never ask you to do that, ever. So I'm asking you now, so do it. Let's get some likes and shares on this final one for the season. Right, yeah, sorry about not being able to answer any more questions right at the end there, thanks to me pressing the wrong button, but hey, it happens. But meanwhile, this has been Phil in the Digital DJ Tips studio for the last time until after the summer, saying, get good, get out there, make the moments this summer, and I'll see you at the beginning of September. Until next time, bye-bye.